Pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secrets Revealed. And more importantly, welcome to the final stretch of the series itself. I've got less than a week to finish up here, and more importantly, I was able to spray some solvent on this bench here, so now the wasps, yellow jackets, hornets, and other insects alike cannot retake this bench. So now, it's about prime time that I took back what was mine from the start. But now, I'd very much just like to start talking about quite a few things about Nerf Secret Revealed itself, before it all comes down to an end. Simply because, well, 5 episodes later, it'll be all over. But now, I feel like it's about time that I start talking about quite a few things here real quick. First of all, I've certainly had a lot that I've done over the past week or so, because after all, I did pre-record a lot of episode material for the series itself. Now I mean a lot of material. I've pretty much had a lot of stuff done, and I had 2 weeks worth of episodes, but now they're all gone pretty much. Today's July 26th of 2020, and essentially, it's about time for me to simply say that it is time for some stories. Stories that I felt like I should have gotten to a long time ago, but now, since I'm coming back here today, it's pretty much about time that I simply got straight to it. Because first of all, ever since I had pretty much last done any Nerf Secret Revealed related episode production, I've actually gone out shopping out here in a pandemic-laced township. That's right. The pandemic-related drama still keeps going around, and a lot of controversy surrounding it is still underway, especially from a political standpoint. But let's not go that deep, because it's not important. But what is important is the fact that, well, I've gone shopping throughout the last couple of weeks or so, and trust me or not on this, but recently I was able to find some new super blasters. That's right. I was able to pick up 2 of them actually, the Trio and the Volt. And I could say for sure, their performance is somewhat decent. Probably on a level similar to that of the Elite lineup, of which that it is actually meant to overtake, as a matter of fact. The Elite lineup has pretty much been coming down to a standstill, while it appears that the Super lineup is quickly building up excessively. 8 new blasters are coming in, and I already bought 2 of them out of 8. It is unknown whether or not I might actually be able to get through to the other 6, but only time will tell. I can tell you for sure that, well, it's going to be a little confusing about the Shockwave and the Surge Fire, though, because they do almost look the exact same. The Shockwave pretty much rips off the Surge Fire's design, and the Echo is very similar to that of a Recon. And then, of course, there's the Turbine, which is very similar to the Strife. The Volt is very similar to that of a Fire Strike or the Inferno, or Night Finder, if you will. And then, of course, there's the Trio, which very much is similar to that of the Elite Triad or the XD Taiga, but instead, it's very much 3 barrels, but instead they're stacked on top of each other rather than formed in a triangle sort of shape, which I think is alright. I mean, it kind of makes it look like a shotgun pistol with multiple barrels. But other than that, the Super lineup is pretty much picking up on the same level as the Ultra lineup because, well, along with the main 7 blasters that we got for the Ultra lineup, there's also the Project Dorado, and of course there was the Outlaw conspiracy, which I was able to dig up, and I have actually talked a lot about that. Apparently, Outlaw was a prototype name for the 2. So the Outlaw is the same exact blaster as the 2. It appears that, well, the name Outlaw is still relevant, because after all, depending on what websites you look up, especially international ones, like Amazon Malaysia or whatever, that's what you'd find. Apparently, it's called the Ultra Outlaw outside of America. But as for others, the Ultra Pharaoh. Yep, yet another Project Blaster, with Pharaoh being the project name, Project Pharaoh. Project Outlaw pretty much turned out to be the 2, and Project Dorado was pretty much very similar to the 2 with a similar design scheme, except with an added stock and a few other corny overhead attachments and dart storage. But Project Pharaoh, as far to my knowledge, I was able to find out a lot about it in general. As it turns out, it is in fact going to be very similar to that of the Ultra 7, except with some more gold accents applied to it. A lot of metallic gold onto that thing. It's definitely going to be another Ultra Sniper, very similar to that of the Ultra 7, but it is going to have a larger clip. And at the same time, it's also going to have some of the same exact things as the 7 itself. But the Pharaoh is in fact going to be like its own blaster in general. It's kind of meant to act more like a marksman rifle and not so much of a sniper as the 7. Meanwhile, there actually has been some things that have been leaked up about the 6. Yes, we finally got some news about the 6. And better late than never, right? I'd say that's a pretty good time well spent, but you know what? I guess later on I might have to go ahead and start talking about it, but we only have until sometime after someone manages to leak a photo of the 6. If there is an official photo of the 6, then well, I guess I'll have to take a look at it at some point. But later on, there's definitely going to be a lot more stuff around here that I might have to talk about in the time that's spent. So, in general, I just very much like to say that all the stories that I got here to tell in general are pretty large, so to speak. But what I can say for sure is that, well, all this time that I've spent here with Nerf Secrets Revealed itself, it's been quite a ride, but you know what? I'm certainly going to have a lot more things that I will want to talk about here before it's all over and done with. And the fact that I got this bench back means you're going to be seeing a lot of good times spent here for the remainder of this next week. So that right there is pretty much it that I got to talk about in general based on stories that I have to tell about the series itself and about my personal experiences in general when it comes to Nerf itself, based on more recent times. Because after all, the past 2 weeks have been kind of a hit or miss situation, especially with all this dilemma that's happening outside of this area in the state of Wisconsin. So, I don't know about you, but I'm certainly going to have a lot of other things to come. I will certainly have one last steaming survey ready to go soon, next time on Nerf Secrets Revealed. But until that happens, if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.